Welcome back to Cheddar's Opening Bell. As supply chain issues continue around the globe, President Joe Biden says the Port of Los Angeles will start operating around the clock to help relieve the growing backlogs. Companies like Walmart, FedEx, and UPS will also work 24/7 to address the problem as we head into the holiday season. So joining us now is Ravin, Gandhi, CEO and founder of GMM Nonstick Coatings. Break down, if you can, what's going on right now and why are there so many shipping delays?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much stress across the board. I can speak to my personal experience. We supply nonstick coatings to the largest American housewares companies. And in aggregate, my multi-billion-dollar clients have over 100 containers sitting at various ports in China, either because they can't get a vessel, they can't get a booking date. And, we had a really good first 3 quarters at GMM, but here in Q4, unfortunately, we are seeing some real hiccups economically because our clients are starting to lose faith that they're going to be able to hit their dates. And so that's causing a lot of uncertainty. And I really hope that these kind of steps that we're hearing about with the ports 24/7 is going to help.
So how will this around the clock work and the pickup from these private companies help relieve the stress, if you could break it down for us?
Well, I mean, honestly, anything that will happen is just going to add confidence. Normally, right now, we get about 6-month visibility from our clients in terms of ordering. Because of this supply chain backlog, that's down to 60 and even 30-day visibility. So the more that the administration can give confidence to the business community that trains are running on time, I think the more that people will start to order again, and it takes this risk of some kind of a recession off the table. And specifically in terms of the ports, I mean, I'm not an infrastructure guy. We are a tier 2 supplier. So we're just feeling the pain here. All I can hope is that beyond the ports, they get the inland stuff going as well, because there's a lot of rail problems. There's a lot of trucker shortage. So the sooner that that's alleviated, by far, the better.
I was going to say, when I think about the supply chain, we keep seeing that there's a trucker shortage. You mentioned the rail problems. Why are we seeing these problems now?
I mean, I think it runs the gamut. Again, from my personal experience, I think COVID was the thing that really scrambled everything. In my business, we have operations all over the world. And even as things have opened up and we've had a lot of people be vaccinated, we've had people stuck in various countries, in the States, in Asia, in Europe, people trying to take a 2 or 3 day business trip that has turned into 3 weeks and 4 weeks because they're stuck somewhere. Now, if you extrapolate that to the shipping industry, it is that much messier. So honestly, I think that's number one. Added to that is historic inflation. We have seen the cost of a container from Hong Kong to the West Coast of America go from $1,500 to $15,000. I mean, wow. 10x in 1 year. We've never seen anything like this. So it makes it really difficult to run the business. Now, personally, I mean, I am an optimist, and I am hoping that in Q1 or Q2, we're going to look back right now and say October, November was kind of the worst phase. That is what I'm hoping for. If that is not the case, we are definitely going to have some dark clouds on the economic horizon.
Now, when that number goes from 1,500 to 15,000, consumers usually are footing the bill. So what happens when these products become so expensive that consumers can't even buy them? And then what do companies do if they can't get the product off the shelves?
Yeah, it's absolutely right. This all ends up at the wallet of the American consumer. I don't have an answer for you as to what happens. What I can say is that we are seeing inflation that is very real. I started my business in 2007. And in 2007, I looked at all of my big potential clients. These are all the multi-billion-dollar American housewares industry. Do you know where they all produce? 85% produce in China. So I had to build a plant in China just to supply these American companies. Why are they all in China? Because Americans are addicted to low prices. So, I believe in capitalism, and I believe that if Americans see prices that are too high, capital is going to go to even lower cost countries. People think that China is the cheapest place in the world. That is far from the truth. We've seen supply go from China to places like Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam. My company personally, we have an operation in India. So I think that capital is going to go to the lowest producing area. And I just hope that even with that, inflation does not take over too much.
So President Biden also held talks with companies in the private sector to try to alleviate some of these bottlenecks. What are some things that came out of those talks? Did anything help?
Well, I certainly didn't get an invite to that meeting, so I wish I did. So I have not actually seen what has come out of that. What I can say as an entrepreneur who has started businesses, what we want is we want a feeling that the administration is behind us. And I think the dig on this administration philosophically has been, are they pro-business enough? And I hope that they are, because the more that entrepreneurs feel like there is a protection from the government, I think the better. We're not looking for any kind of handouts. We're not looking for anyone to build our businesses. I am a capitalist through and through. We started our business from absolutely nothing. We just want to make sure that we're playing with a fair table. And if there are thumb on the scales here and there, that's going to hurt us. So the more that they can make sure that this shipping stuff is alleviated, the better. Absolutely.
I'm really hoping Q1 and Q2 looks the way you think it will. Ravin, Gandhi, CEO and founder of GMM Nonstick Coating. Sir, thank you so much for joining me this morning.